Hello and welcome to this video I've titled Introducing IPv4, UDP, and TCP. My name is Keith Bogart and I will be your instructor for this video. You can see here my contact information, so should you have any questions or doubts as you go along this video or after you're done with this course, please feel free to reach out to me and I will do my best to answer your questions as I can. So let's talk a little bit about the prerequisites for this course. There really are very few prerequisites. This course is really geared towards the very entry-level network admin, or maybe you're not even a network admin, you're thinking of going into that job role, and you know next to nothing about computer networks. So really just the bare bones minimum is what you need to know to understand the concepts in this course. I need you to understand the concepts of binary. Now, you don't have to be a binary expert, but when we get into the topic of IP addresses, I am going to be displaying those addresses in binary format as well as dotted decimal. And if you don't know what binary is, that won't make a lot of sense to you. So right here, if you're not familiar with binary, I would recommend pausing this video and just taking 30 minutes or so just to refresh yourself on the binary counting system. I also want you to understand just the basic concepts of encapsulation and decapsulation of data. IP, TCP, and UDP, at a real high level, they all do the same thing. They take the data you're putting on the network and they add some information into the front of that data, which is called a header. We call that encapsulating. And then when the data reaches its destination, the destination removes that header so it can get to the data behind it. That's called de-encapsulation. As long as you know that, you're good to go. Also, just the basic concepts of computer networks. You should be able to visualize, information going down a wire from one point to the other. You don't have to know anything about routing and switching or data center or anything like that in order to understand the concepts here. So, what are the objectives of this course? Well, let's talk about them. So, I'm going to help you understand the purpose and use of the Internet Protocol. I'm going to help you understand what the fields are in the IPv4 header so you know what each field is and what its purpose is. Why is it there? You're going to understand how IPv4 addresses are structured, why we need them, and how do we build them. You're also going to be able to summarize the differences between UDP and TCP. You're going to be able to explain how TCP and UDP port numbers are created and used in a session of data between a source and destination. And you're going to gain basic familiarity with how TCP implements a connection-oriented session. So, that's it. I hope you look forward to this course, and let's jump into the very next video.